Hey everyone, it's Melissa with Big Universe Music, and I hope you're having a wonderful evening. This is kind of a random jumping on to say hello and talk about some things with guitar that I've been thinking about and what I've been interested in. And hopefully, we get to see some of you here in the live stream. So, with that, let's get it started in here. All right. So this past couple weeks, this month, I have been kind of kind of obsessed with this idea of playing that we call Travis picking. And we're in the middle of a group class session where we're meeting up once a week and we're working together on Travis picking. So let's do some Travis picking today. I think this will be a good way to get into our live stream here. I'm going to have a lesson video officially coming out on Travis picking. That's filmed, and I'm just got to get to editing it. So that will be available for replay for you if you want to watch some exercises on how to Travis pick. And then there's some extra things available in Strum Masters on Travis picking. I'll put the link here. So Strum Masters is my guitar class, my video course that I have a vision of it. It's going to be the ultimate everything I know about playing guitar. So in there right now, it's a lot of rhythm work. And I just put up a new lesson in there on bar chords today and finger picking coming in this week. So hello from OKC, and Tom, welcome back to class. Let's do Travis picking. So Travis picking is one of these interesting topics because a lot of guitar players ask me and ask other guitar teachers, I'm sure, how to do it. However, there's so many different ways to Travis pick that when someone asks you, hey, I want to learn how to Travis pick, in our guitar teacher brains, a lot of us who know how to do it or play in the style kind of go like, all right, well, what do they really mean? Because there's kind of a traditional way of Travis picking. And then there is a more, what I call a modern style Travis picking. And the traditional style is going to be sounding more country because it has this like thumping bass, almost chicken picking-esque thumping sound on the root notes of the guitar. And then our folkier sound has more open finger picking. So let's see, I think it was Steve Martin who said talking about music is like dancing about architecture. So here, I'll just play it for you. This is how our traditional Travis picking kind of sounds. Let me see if I can get it. There we go. All right, so a little bit thumpier on the low end. Also only uses 2 fingers. And then we have our folkier sounding one, which is like so. It's a 3 finger. This is the one that I'm more comfortable with, if you can tell. So the thing that I think connects them together and like can kind of quantify something as Travis picking is what we call the root motion here. So I'm doing this, what Mississippi John Hurt called the dancing thumb, going back and forth between the root and the fifth of our chord. Do, do, so, do, so, do, so. So if you want to learn how to Travis pick, this would be the first step for whatever other approach you take. So you want to find these notes on all of your chords. And if you're taking notes right now, I'll go through all of them for you. All right, so G is 6 and 4. D could be 5 and 4 or 4 and 3. So you could do or whichever one you like. Or maybe both. A will be 5 and 6. I'm adding in the extra one by accident. E will be 4 and 6. B 7. For this one, I move my left hand like this, and I do 5 and 6 on B7. That's B7. Okay, now we're getting into going to the bar chords. F sharp major will be on 5 and 6. Okay, now we need C sharp major. Also 5 and 6. If you're just joining, I'm walking through what thumb notes to pluck for each chord. I'm going through the circle of fifths because, hey, why not? It's a Tuesday. So we're at C sharp. Now I need G sharp. Still 5 and 6. Okay, and then the 5 of G sharp is called D sharp, also called E flat. That's up here. My hand's getting tired. Still 5 and 6 for all these bar chord shapes. Ugh. Readjust. I'm at E flat, and now I need B flat for the 5. Still at 5 and 6. And then F. Still 5 and 6. And then I'm back to C. For C, you can do 5 and 6 if you move your ring finger between these two, or you can do 5 and 3. And then we're back around where we started at G. Okay, so that was all of the notes that you need for all. Yes, does sound like Ring of Fire. It also sounds like I Walk the Line, right? Because actually Johnny Cash just did. This sound all the time. Okay, so those were all of your major chords and the root notes that you're gonna use for them. You're generally always gonna have for most of the chords, you're really using string 5 and 6, right? So The only ones that can kind of stray are D. Yeah, 4 and 5 for D. And if you want to do C, like I said, you could do 5 and 3. But for the most part, you're always going to be on those, walking on 5 and 6. All right, so those are the thumb notes, the thumb notes. So the first thing you're going to do is get used to doing that with your thumb, right? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3. This should feel extremely natural, whether you're using your thumb or you're using a thumb pick. And then you can do it on other chords. All right, so that's the first step. Get used to using your thumb in that alternating thumb motion. And yeah, Ring of Fire, Walk the Line. Walk the Line is a great song to practice walking between chords and doing these root motion things with your thumb. And it's a fun song to play. If you're just joining, I'm going over Travis picking. And if you'd like to go deep into Travis picking in order, I'd recommend grabbing, getting a membership, not a membership, grabbing my course Strum Masters, because we're adding the finger picking section and starting with Travis picking there. So you can achieve your Travis picking dreams. All right, we talked about the difference between an old school, or the difference in sound between the old school Travis pick and the new school of Travis picking. So let's try the old school Travis picking first. My thumb, of course, is going to do what we talked about, which is alternate between the lower strings. And that's going to be our main pattern for the old style Travis pick. It goes, I'll tell you the string numbers, and we're only using our thumb and our pointer finger for this. So it will go 6, 4, 2, 6, 1, 4, 2. 6, 4, 2, 6, 1, 4, 2. If you miss it, don't worry, we always sometimes miss. It's a live show, everyone. This is Travis picking. This is Travis picking. All right, and then you probably want to add the twang. So to add the twang, so for this one, we're only using our thumb and our pointer finger. So for those upper strings, you're using just your pointer finger. If you want to add the twang, we're going to add a little bit of this, like what's called the Kentucky choke. Apparently, the Kentucky choke. I've always learned it as like this being called the Piedmont style guitar. So like Mississippi John Hurt, Elizabeth Cotton, a guitarist I really like named E.C. Ball. But it's also known as the Kentucky choke because you're choking out the bottom strings from Kentucky. And that's how it sounds, a little up to speed with the choke. And then I'm going to add a little swing to it. right, so that is our traditional Travis picking. So I've kind of come to the conclusion that there's generally kind of two schools that we could divide it into. Of course, there's tons of things in between, like Chet Atkins, and I even think like Les Paul sound. Some of the jazz guitarists do a lot of this style as well. But anyway, we're thinking as like traditional Travis picking, which is how Merle Travis played, which he also, stole or took influence from other people. He's credited Ike Everly, the Everly brothers' father, as well as African-American fiddler and guitarist named Arnold Schultz, who we've also learned was someone who Bill Monroe took a lot of his Kentucky bluegrass style from as well. So there are no recordings of Arnold Schultz, and I think just one picture. So all that we can assume is, or all that we can figure how Arnold sounded is based on what all of these people listened to and took forward. So Arnold Schultz, there's a guy named Dom Flemons who plays in the used to play in the Carolina Chocolate Drops, who has a project where they're trying to revive some of the songs that Arnold Schultz sound. And yes, I do interact with chat, but I use my voice because I'm here. Jack, yes. Hello. Okay, so we were doing the Kentucky choke on our lower strings. Little music history lesson, exploring there. And a song that if you want to learn and try practicing song, a good one is 9-Pound Hammer. It's a 9-pound hammer. It's a little too heavy for my size. Roll on, buddy. Don't you roll so slow. How can I roll when the wheels won't go? All right, so that's a little attempt at the Kentucky choke, featuring the traditional Travis style picking, and I'm using a palm mute to choke out the lower strings as I'm plucking them with my thumb, and I'm using just my pointer finger up on top here. And super fun way to play. But let's go into the more modern sound. So I call this like a modern Travis picking, because we hear it a lot in songs like Landslide. And Dust in the Wind, which I can't think of how it goes right now, which is kind of funny. Dust in the Wind is also known as Travis picking, even though I can't think of how to play it right now, which is really bizarre. Okay, anyway, that's the second time that's happened today. I cannot remember how to play a song, but hey, that's what live television is for, right? Watching. Okay. Anyway, so to do our modern style Travis picking, we'll go back to our G chord, because that's where I was for the other one when we showed it. So it's in C. Is Dust in the Wind in C? Thank you. Thank you. All right, so I'll go back to my G chord since I showed the other one in G. And we're going to do thumb, pointer, thumb, middle. So remember, our old one was thumb, thumb, pointer, thumb, pointer, thumb. This one is thumb, pointer, thumb, middle, thumb, pointer, thumb, middle. So the string numbers are going to be 6, 6, 3, 4, 2. 6, 3, 4, 2. Hello. 6, 3, 4, 2. 6, 3, 4, 2. Thumb, pointer, thumb, middle. Thumb, pointer, thumb, middle. Welcome, thumb, pointer, thumb, middle, thumb, pointer, thumb, middle, thumb, pointer, thumb, middle. We are learning the different ways of 2 different ways to Travis pick. I might show you a third. So again, my strings are 6, 3, 4, 2. 6, 3, 4, 2. Thumb, pointer, thumb, middle. Thumb, pointer, thumb, middle. Yes, if you can, play along. Thumb, pointer, thumb, middle. Okay, and then up to speed. You can also do the choke on the lower strings on that one. Okay, so it's really a matter of like what song you're playing, what style you want to go for. That traditional one is going to sound more better on maybe like some more traditional songs, right? So think like 9 Pound Hammer I played. Also, I don't know, I'll Fly Away, songs like that. And then this style is going to fit really nicely with like the folk songs. Say, well, really, you could put this in tons of places, but John Prine songs, you hear this all the time. A good one to practice this on is Angel from Montgomery. Thumb, pointer, thumb, middle, thumb, pointer. Angel from Montgomery is a great one to practice on for that. And again, 9 Pound Hammer is a super one to do the traditional Travis style. And, from there, just start watching. I love YouTube. Clearly, I'm on YouTube right now, but I love watching YouTube videos of these artists performing because you can see how they're playing, right? And then you can also use this feature that slows everything down so that you can slow down what they're doing, zoom in if you want, and watch their hands, and really get to see what they were doing with their playing. I'll show you one last one. It's one that I don't really use very much intentionally, but someone brought this up to me, and it is a nice way to think about Travis picking. It kind of simplifies it if you're just getting started with finger picking at all, really, or trying to Travis pick. And it's this pattern that is outside, outside, inside, inside. And I don't really think it matters even what strings you necessarily go for, because as long as you're making the chord on the left hand, you're going to play a note that's correct. Now, if you're going for C, you want to avoid, of course, any of the strings that are not supposed to be in those chords. So if I'm making my G chord, when I think outside, I mean like 2 outer strings. So maybe 6 and 1. And then 2 inside strings. Maybe I'll go 4 and 2. So outside, inside, inside. And you can do that with your middle and your pointer finger, or you can do just your pointer finger. Okay, and here's that, and then I'll do the other one back to back just so you can hear the slight difference. Did you hear it change? And that's 3 different ways to Travis pick. And of course, what I think is good to work toward is playing melodies along with it. Anyone recognize this? Yep. That's right. So that was I'll Fly Away. And that's just something I figured out how to do myself, right? So I learned the chord progression through some picking on it. And then I just figured out where the melody was. On that one, it's really nice because it's mostly open strings. And then I just tried to fit it in as I'm finger picking, bring out the melody notes wherever they land in the pattern. Yeah, I'll fly away to a land on God's celestial shore. I'll fly away. Oh, I'll fly away, oh Lordy, I'll fly away in the morning when I die. And then, of course, you can do songs like and I won't try to show off too much because then I will surely choke and not be able to play, forget how the songs sound, forget where they start. I'll have to review Dust in the Wind so that I can pull it out of my hat whenever I want. So with that, that is my Travis picking talk, my Travis picking chat, Travis chats. And if you want to do more with Travis picking, I definitely recommend signing up for my course called Strum Masters. It's video lessons. So I post as much as I can here on YouTube, but also for my own livelihood. I have to put stuff up for sale as well. So if you like what you're seeing on YouTube and you want to support this mission, I definitely appreciate if you want to become a Strum Master. And we've got on there 70 lessons already, video lessons in there. And it's always expanding. Like I said at the beginning, I've just added a bar chord exercise. And a nice thing, and coming up this week is our Travis picking set. And the nice thing about this is that a course, or like even if it's from me or somebody else, or even if you just go buy a method book, go to a jam, go to a class, and what is really nice about it is that it gets laid out for you in order. I think one of the best and worst things about YouTube and teaching yourself is that you can have access to anything you want to learn at any time, but it gets a little bit like, trying to chase the trying to find the gold at the bottom of the rainbow, and there's so much out there that it gets overwhelming, and then you kind of get a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So even if you don't grab Strum Masters or work with me, thanks, Tom, find some sort of program that you can follow. Do it alongside your YouTube stuff. Like, don't stop doing what you like, but just get in to a program, because it's definitely going to help. There's so many great method books, so many great courses. Just get in something, follow it start to finish. And I feel like that's maybe one of the most valuable things you can do when you're working on anything really, but on your instrument. Just like get in, stay all the way to the end. Thank you for liking and following everything. I'm kind of rambling about this, but another great thing to do that's on that vein is to go to some of these like camps, guitar camps, where you're there for a couple days. There's one in Elkins, West Virginia called the Augusta Heritage Festival, which is an amazing program. It goes all summer long, but each week they have a topic that they cover. So you'll have like early country music week, which is one that I did and studied there for a bit. So with early country music week, old time week, bluegrass week, I think they have chorus week. And there's camps all over the country. A lot of festivals have like camps that you can join before the festival starts. So let's see, I'm playing at a festival in the fall called Watermelon Pickers Fest. There's a camp, a single day camp before that one as well. Dell Fest has camps. So just get yourself in there, get into a program, get playing with other people, hang out with me, sign up for Strum Masters. I'm rambling. But thank you all for being here. I'm going to close off for the night and go take the dog out. Have a great week, and I will see you next time. Bye, everyone.